The movie opens with Polly sitting alone in her apartment talking to herself, saying she hates herself and she's been trying so hard to be better but nothing changes. It's another day with the same routine for Polly. She's taking out her grocery while listening to a voice note from her pottery class teacher, who's worried because they haven't seen her in class for the past few weeks and wants to know if she's still interested in the class. Another voice note from her sister reminds her to pick up a birthday cake for her niece since she said she could, followed by other voice notes from her boss and her mom. Later, Polly is sitting alone in her living room as usual talking to herself. Suddenly she hears a knock on her door, and when she checks, Polly finds an old lady standing there. She asks if she could help her and the lady says she thought she knew the person that was living here, but apparently it appears she's in the wrong address. She tries to leave but recalls that the taxi she came with is left. Out of pity for the old lady, Polly invites her in so she can help her get back to where she came from since she has her son's phone number written on a piece of paper. The lady then asks Polly if she's married or have kids and she says no, but tells her about her sister's daughter who's celebrating her 6th birthday next week. Following this, the old lady brings out a wooden box and opens it to reveal a sand timer. She tells Polly that she's going to die tonight and nothing can alter this event unless. Polly threatens that she would call the police, but the old lady warns her not to call or tell anyone about the box or she would suffer the consequences. Tired of hearing what the old lady is saying, Polly takes the box and pushes the lady out of her house and leaves her there, returns back to the house to lock her door. Few minutes later, Polly calls her mom to tell her what happened. While still on the call, she goes outside to find the box in the middle of the street with the old lady nowhere to be found. After the call, Polly leaves the box outside and goes to check out some outfits she could wear to her niece's birthday, after which she takes a picture of the dresses to send to her mom to select which one is best. During that process, Polly doesn't notice a shadowy figure approaching her from behind. Later, she goes downstairs to smoke a little when she receives a call from her mom. Polly tells her mom she's scared and thinks she's going crazy because for some reason she could feel her presence in the room. Her mom tells her it's not possible and thinks maybe she's just being nervous. Polly goes around the house looking at every corner to see if there's anyone with her there, but nothing. To calm her, Polly's mom shares a story of her childhood memory. At that moment, Polly finds the box sitting right in front of her table, and tells her mom about it. She suggests that maybe she wasn't thinking straight and didn't know when she brought it in with her. But Polly says she was sure she never brought it in with her. Polly proceeds to open the box and brings out a sand timer, and tells her mom that the sand hasn't started falling yet. She replies that she hasn't started yet. That's when it's revealed that all along she hasn't been speaking with her mom, rather it's been the old lady she's been conversing with all along. The spirit then starts to sing a nursery rhyme her mother used to sing to her when she was little. At the same time, a loud banging noise is heard at the door. Her phone rings again. This time the voice of her mom keeps recalling how she's messed up her life over the years, reminding her that she's going to die and tells her to look at the box. The lady then tells her that 3 things must go into the box. First is something she hates, something she needs, and lastly, something she loves. And if she doesn't follow the instructions and puts a wrong thing in the box, they would know and she'd get punished for it. After thinking for a while, she drops a pack of cigarettes inside the box as something she hates and closes it. When she opens the box again, she finds the pack still there. Not understanding what this means, she walks away, and at the same time the sand timer starts to count down. Polly suddenly starts to choke until she pukes out a key. Minutes later, she goes to a neighbor across the street and begs to use her phone to contact the police. The woman is on a call with her husband and tells Polly to wait for a few minutes. Suddenly the woman gets another call and says it's from the police. She starts muttering to herself and brings a kitchen knife, saying to Polly, "Look what she made her do." The lady drives her face into the knife to Polly's horror, telling Polly that no one can help her before finally stabbing herself to death, and on her body there's an inscription that says, "Don't you dare." Polly returns home where she washes off the blood from her hands and picks up her cigarette to smoke. Seeing the sand timer counting down, Polly pushes it off the table. Few seconds later she finds the box right back on top of the table. A family photo falls to the ground and her phone suddenly starts to ring. The caller is her dad, who's been dead. She tells it that she did what they asked, but the voice tells her it's what she hates that needs to go into the box, not what she's supposed to hate. He tells her that she already knows the answer, asking her what she lost the day he died. Polly picks up the key she vomited earlier and used it to open a drawer that contains some old pictures of her and her dad, who died shortly after a cancer ailment. Beside the pictures she finds a golden crucifix which causes the lights to flicker. She decides to go back to the box, but the door refuses to open. Polly suddenly feels a hand reaching out to her, but when she turns there's nothing. An eerie figure of her dad bursts out of the closet to attack her, but she manages to open the door at the right time to escape his grip. She lays to catch her breath when the same figure appears under her bed and starts to drag her underneath, but she manages to fight back and the creature disappears. Later, Polly takes the crucifix and says to herself that she believed in it. She prayed every day for it to revive her dad, but it never did, so she hates him and puts the crucifix inside the box and closes it. When she opens the box to look inside again, the crucifix is gone. Suddenly, a voice starts whispering to her. Polly looks around the house for where the voice is coming from. She looks at one of the mirrors in the house and sees her figure approaching her and starts to smile at her. The figure starts to hit the glass with the scissors, telling Polly that she's dead. The banging suddenly stops and she smashes her head on the glass mirror. Turns out the scissors has appeared in Polly's hand. At that moment, Polly gets a call from her sister, Lainey, telling her that she's been calling her for the last 20 minutes, asking if she's close to the house. Polly says she never called her and that she doesn't trust if it's her sister that's talking to her right now. Lainey again thinks it's her sister driving to their house and shows her where to park, while Polly says it's not the real her and tells her not to open the door for anyone, but it's too late. Lainey has hanged up. Polly tries to leave the house and tries unlocking her door, but it closes back. She tries using the windows, but it's not even opening. She throws a chair on it hoping it would shatter the glass, but nothing happens. Panicking, Polly opens the box to ask it what does she need. Suddenly the TV starts to play an old video of Polly as a little girl playing with her mom, but this time it appears gruesome. Polly disconnects the TV from the socket, but it continues to play. Now realizing what she needs to do, Polly takes out the scissors and cuts out her pinky toe. As soon as she puts the piece inside the box and closes it, the TV shuts down and she rushes to the kitchen to take care of her bleeding. When suddenly a disturbing image of her mom appears in front of her to tell her to quit crying and do what needs to be done. Polly goes back to the box, and when she opens it, she's devastated to find her pinky toe still there, so she starts screaming. The phone beside her starts to spam the word wrong, meaning she put the wrong thing in the box. The TV turns back on to reveal a video of her niece crying in pain with blood all over her face. She sees the other version of herself through the mirror and begs her to make it stop and says she's ready to do anything just so they don't hurt her niece. The TV then shows the niece holding up the index finger while the figure in the mirror indicates that the index finger needs to be cut off. Following the instructions, Polly picks up the scissors and through the excruciating pain she manages to cut off her index finger and puts it into the box, causing the lights in the house to go off except the fireplace. When she opens the box again, she finds that the index finger is gone. Now what's left is to put what she needs into the box for her to complete her task. Her door suddenly opens, so she drives straight to her sister's house. Upon getting there, she knocks several times but no one answers. She helps herself inside, where she hears Christmas song playing. She goes upstairs to Lanny's room where she finds her sleeping, but upon closer inspection, Lanny is just laying there motionless with her eyes wide open. She goes to her niece's room and it's the same thing. She's just lying there motionless with her eyes wide open. Polly starts to cry, saying to the entity that they didn't do anything. She goes downstairs to turn off the music and finds the box in the living room. The landline rings, and when she doesn't pick up, all the phones in the house starts to ring as well. She finally picks one of them and hears Alice's voice. She begs the entity to stop, but it tells her not to be silly, that they're just getting started. She was supposed to follow the right instructions, but she ended up doing what's easy for her, and that has caused her the life of the people she loves. To pass the next round and save her family, she must think carefully of what, or who she loves and do the right thing. Polly then picks up a knife and goes to Alice's room. The voice keeps taunting her to take off the eyes, but instead Polly cuts some strands of Alice's hair and puts it inside the box. Few seconds later, Polly opens the box to find that the hair is gone. Lainey wakes up and slowly walks towards Polly, who's shocked to see alive, and immediately runs to Alice's room to check up on her. For a moment Allie appears to be fine, but suddenly small holes starts to appear on her face, then all over her body. Allie starts to act weird and jumps on Polly to stab her. Polly then wakes up lying on a dining table with the box and the sand timer beside her. She starts to cry, saying she did everything that was asked of her. She opens the box and puts all her jewelries inside and closes it, hoping this gesture would stop her nightmare. When she opens the box again, her items are gone. She tries using her blood this time, when all of a sudden a dark hand reaches out from the box to drag her inside it, but she manages to free herself from the grip. While in tears, Polly realizes what must be done to avert the curse. That night, Polly starts wandering the street asking for help from her neighbors. A young lady hears her and knock on her door and goes to check on it, where she finds Polly. Polly lies to her about her true intentions and begs the lady to let her in. The lady refuses by saying her parents are going to be home any minute from now, but Polly persuades her, saying she only needs to call her sister, so she reluctantly lets her in. Polly apologizes to the lady for bothering her and the lady goes to grab a cup of water for her. Polly notices that the lady has a cat and for a moment she sees the same lady screaming in place of the cat. She looks away and proceeds to bring out the box and places it on the table. The lady returns and says that her parents would be here any minute from now and asks what's with the box. The lady was about to introduce herself but Polly already knows her name. The lady asks how she knows and Polly's response is that she just knows it. Polly then pushes the box towards the lady and says the box belongs to her now. Getting freaked out by everything Polly is saying to her, the lady asks Polly to leave her house. Polly returns home, where the old lady appears from behind her, covered in blood and bruises. In her hand is the box, as she says the box wants her to kill Polly and it won't let her go unless she does as instructed. The old lady attacks Polly and tells her to take the box. A fight then ensues between the two as the old lady grabs a scissors to stab Polly but she dodges it. Polly manages to take the object back and stabs the old lady with it. As she slowly starts to die, she tells Polly that she was home alone as usual when she heard someone knock on her door to give her the box just the same way she did to her. She could have knocked anywhere but somehow the box chooses its victims because they are broken, revealing that the box wants them to be afraid and that's what it feeds on and pleads with Polly not to be afraid of anything before dying. On a mirror, it reveals that the old lady saw the outcome of the event before it even started unfolding and chose to still give her the box. The time starts to run out and a lot of voices starts to echo around her until the time runs out and she passes out. The next morning, Polly wakes up and immediately goes outside where she finds the lady that harmed herself last night taking out her trash, while Lainey and her niece are still alive playing in the snow. After a quick hug, Polly goes to check up on the neighbor she gave the box last night and tells her to give it back, but the lady says she never received any box from her and she might be in the wrong address. Besides, her parents just got back from a vacation. Later it's revealed that Tara is actually with the box and on the wall of the house it's written with blood that she should tell no one, trust no one and listen to no one. Also around the corner of the house is the dead body of her parents as she's left with completing the remaining tasks. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would love to see more from this channel, please like and subscribe.